Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Brandon. I hope everybody is having a fantastic week. I just wanted to take the time to come on the channel, and I haven't did this in a long time. I remember the last time I did this, I posted like my top 10 questions that I was getting on my social media channel, and it was really well received. It was a time for me to kind of connect with you guys and let you guys ask me any question that you wanted to, and I just had to answer it. So today we're gonna do that again, and I'm gonna try to do this a lot more regularly. I get so many questions on social media, so I try to answer all you guys' questions. So we're gonna dive right into these questions. Make sure you guys stick around for the end, because I'm going to put some clips from some upcoming videos that I will be posting, some photo shoots, just to kind of let you guys know what's coming your way. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into the questions and see if we can answer these questions. Oh God, I don't even know how this is gonna go. So, all right, first question comes from Joel in San Antonio. Joel asks, how long have you been doing photography? Joe, so I was actually I don't think I've ever answered this on my channel. So I've been doing photography about 7 years now. So the first, of course, first 4 years I was with Canon, and then I went to Sony. I also used, Fuji. I also used, a lot of different other brands. I never used Nikon though. I never was able to get into the kind of Nikon system. But I've been doing it for about 7 years, and I mean, absolutely lovely. I'm obsessed with photography, Boca Nation. All right, so about 7 years. Question number 2 comes from Chris. Chris asks, what made you get into photography? Now, these are not in no specific order, but I tried to keep the questions, related to certain questions together. So, so what made me get into photography? Well, I've always had a passion for capturing capturing and freezing the moment, whether it was with my phone or whether it was with something. I always had that passion, and I just really didn't know how strong it was until I actually got out and start looking at YouTube and just start seeing all this creative, energy just floating around. And I was like, man, I could do that. So that's kind of like where it came from. I've always had it somewhere, and it's funny because I've always played with cameras and I've always been into it, but I didn't know it was that serious until I was actually able to save up money and actually jump into it and see what I could do with it. And I basically just trained, and I just, watched videos, and I just brought it out, and then all of a sudden it was just like, I got this, and it just started flowing out of me like crazy. The creativity, the embodiment of, photography itself, learning the basics, everything, exposure triangle, everything that we learned in photography, it just started coming. I was like, it's like, and it's so deep, I'm obsessed with photography. I've always been a creative person. I've always been, in those type of arts, even in school. I've always been in those art programs, and I've always been I've always had that creative type mind, that mind to just go out of the box and just try something different, or try to challenge myself when I saw other people doing things. So I took up photography, man, and it's just been flowing ever since, man. I'm really glad I actually did. So I really, really enjoy creating something out of nothing, and relating and bringing that to photography really just took my mind to the next level. So, all right, question number 3. Whose style do you admire the most? Oh, that's an Indian question. I don't really admire somebody else's style. What I admire the most about other people is their drive, their passion, how much of a go person they are, how creative they are. That's what really makes me, keep up and and check on people and see what they're doing. It's not the way that they create art, because I have my own way of creating my own style. In photography, you have to find what benefits you, whether you're a natural life photographer, whether you're on location photographer, whether you're a studio photographer, it really doesn't matter. But your style, whether you like to do boudoir shoots, whether you like to do, casual, whether you like to do fashion, whether I do portraits, and, all these things, you have to find what best suits you, even landscape. Whatever fits your style or genre, that's what you have to home into. but I don't really admire somebody else's style. Now, there are people that I admire what they do and how they go about doing it. So like, take for example, you know, Jason Lanier is an amazing photographer, but it's not Jason's style that I admire. What I admire about Jason is because he's one of the only photographers that I see that does it all. You know, he does flash, he does LED, he shoots during the daytime, he shoots during the nighttime, he shoots, you know, in the water, you know, full clothes on. You know, you don't see a lot of that, you know, going around. I mean, how many photographers have you saw that you can say right now that does the whole spectrum? Studio photography, on location photography, you know, in the ocean, you know, I mean, you name it, you know, LED, you know, put the flash up, use LED, use flash, you know, all kind of things. That's what I admire the most. It's about somebody's work ethic. So I've tried to use that, you know, a little bit of myself. That's why you guys saw me in some of my videos jump into a pool and use, you know, hold a LED and try to make my own light and make really creative light just by using the LED, because you can't use flash everywhere you go. You saw me do shoots at nighttime when I did a Harley Quinn shoot. I think I posted, it was pitch black outside at 11 p.m. How many people can take a flash at midnight and try to create, you know, some crazy, amazing images in the pitch black? You know, a lot of people can't. A lot of these photographers you see are just doing like daylight. I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be able to show, you know, photography in the community. There's more than you can do besides shooting at golden hour every day. You know, most of these people's videos on here is just one time a day. I didn't want my channel and I didn't want what I possess to be taken the wrong way. I like doing, if you follow me on my social media, I do a lot of studio shooting. I do on location shooting. I shoot sunset, I shoot sunrise, I shoot at nighttime, I shoot, you know, in the water, I shoot with flash, I shoot with LED. That's what I admire the most. That's what I embody the most. And I said, you know what, I have to be able to portray, and I have to be able to market myself as a photographer. And when you have somebody who can do all these different things, you are very marketable. You know, there's nothing that you can't do. And, you know, learning light, learning soft light, whether it be flash, whether it be LED, whether it be anything, whether it be natural light, you know, mastering light is probably the biggest thing in photography besides posing and everything else. But mastering light is important. So you have to come out of this bubble of thinking there's only one way to shoot and that's the only way I'm going to show you. So, I hope I answered your question. That was a good one. All right, next one. Oh, Lord. All right, so Matt asks, do you feel underrated? Do I have to answer that? Oh, God. I don't feel underrated. A lot of people who have, you know, all these followers and things like that, I mean, they've had their channels for a while, they do good work, you know, different things like that. So people, you know, followers and, you know, subscribers, you know, you like what you like, you know, and you can't take that away from the community. You know, everybody has different styles. You find somebody's style that you like, and that's what you go with. And hopefully you learn what you need to learn from that person. But I mean, no, you know, some people have had, you know, hands up, you know, or, you know, with other companies that, you know, promote them. You know, everything that I do on my own. I promote my own self. I don't have any type of marketing companies marketing my channel and stuff like that. I put out work for the community. I put out what I do, and I put out things that I hope can help you with your journey in photography. And it don't matter what it is. You know, I'm photography through and through. I'm obsessed with photography. So that's what I put out. And hopefully my style and the way that I work, the way you see me working behind the scenes, will be something that you will take on board also. So that's why I do what I do. So the whole underrated thing, I really don't pay attention to that, because when you get caught up in that area, then it comes back on you twofold, and you don't want that. That's not what That's not what I'm in photography for, to challenge or to put myself out there, you know, in, you know, versus, you know, somebody, oh, you got all these followers and your channel ain't that good, I should have that many followers. You know, we don't do stuff like that. It's kind of petty. So we're all professional. We're professional photographers. So you carry yourself as a professional the best that you can. Because sometimes people get under your skin, but you gotta woosah. All right, next question. Kingsley. A lot of YouTubers come out with short videos or little scenarios. Your videos are pretty long and they give a lot of information. Why are your videos so much longer than other videos? Why is my video so much longer? Listen, I don't intentionally make my videos long. You know, most of my videos are anywhere from like 7 minutes to, you know, 15, 20, sometimes even 30 minutes. I remember when I did the, you know, critique, it was about 30 minutes long. When I make a video, I'm not thinking about time. What I'm thinking about is getting the point across to the person, to the beginners, to the immediate people who need the information to make their photography better. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about making a bunch of 3-4 minute videos. I'm not thinking about stuff like that. I'm thinking about what can I show you? What is it going to be in this video that you're going to see and be like, okay, I can take that back and apply that. Whether it be moving my C-stand, whether it be the way you hear me posing my models, whether you see me working behind the scenes with my videographers, whatever the case may be. That's why I make my videos like that. So I'm not out here to make a bunch of 2-3 minute videos. I'm out here to give you a quality video. I try to do a production. As you guys see, I love making my videos. Okay, I think we'll get into that in another question, I think. But yeah, I'm not out here to make a bunch of 2-3 minute videos because I don't think you learn a lot from that. I want you to want to watch my videos. And I know people like anticipate me coming out with my next video. And that's great. I love that because that tells me that I'm doing my job. But if I made a bunch of 2-3 minute videos, you know, with that, would you really benefit from that? So, but like I said, I don't intentionally make my videos, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes long. I put in my video what I think will help you. That's what I put in my video. So whether it goes 10, 12 minutes, then so be it. I'll work and I work hard for you guys, and that's what this is all about. So great question. Who's next? All right, question number 6. What do you think about the 135mm 1.8 from Sony? What do I think about the 135? Well, I think it is a great lens. So as you guys know, if you look at my earlier videos, I used to use the 135 a lot when I shot with the Canon 5D Mark IV and my Canon 80D. I had the 135 for a long time. So the first thing is I'm not telling you guys something that you know, a lot of people just are giving their input on. I've used it. I've used it for years. The Sigma version, of course, with the Canon. The 135, and hopefully I'll be getting it soon. I talked to my Sony rep, so hopefully I'll be getting the 135 soon. But I already know how the lens performs. Now, it is the Sony E-mount version, so of course it's going to perform differently than the Sigma version. You know, it's probably going to be just a little bit snappier, but it is what it is, just because it's a native mount. But the 135 focal length is just something that I did not like after a while when shooting with it. It's a telephoto lens, so a lot of times I felt really disconnected from my models, and it's such a long focal length, and you have to remember, you're locked in at 135 because it is a prime lens. So moving forward with your prime lens, moving forward with a 135, you're automatically going to mess up your composition because you can't, you know, it's not a zoom lens, so you can't zoom in, you can't zoom out. So if you move forward, you're going to be cutting something out, and you have to adjust your framing. If you move back, you know, you're going to be able to get a lot more in the picture. You're going to get a nice shallow depth of field, and it's going to work out for you. But you're going to have to stay at that distance. So a lot of times when I use the 135, I found myself taking about 2-3 shots with it and then putting it up and then grabbing my 85 so I can get the shot that I wanted, or get the composition or the framing that I absolutely wanted. And it got me more engaged with my model. So, doing a photo shoot, you don't want to spend the next 20, 30 minutes yelling at your model saying, hey, do this, hey, do that. It just makes the photo shoot uncomfortable. It doesn't really, you don't really come off as a professional. You're just yelling at somebody, and it's just so much. So the 135 itself, like I said, it's a good lens. But I don't prefer the focal length at all. I really don't. Now, if I had to get the 135, definitely I'm going to get the Sigma version, because I think Sigma, for Sony to just release the 135, for it to compare and be pretty much neck and neck with the Sigma that's been out for about 3 or 4 years now, that says a lot about Sigma. That says a lot about their quality. That says a lot about their glass. And for the price, we're not going to even go on the price. All right. So it is what it is. But like I said, the 135 focal length, I was like, it's a good focal length. It's not for me at all, because I've used it before. I've used it for years, and I prefer the 105. The 135, that 30 millimeters and 1.4 shallow depth of field, the price and what you get with the 105 is just uncomparable. So it is what it is. Don't ask me about it. Don't take my word for it. You guys need to go out and try the lens yourself. Go on the 2-hour photo shoot. I'll tell you what, go do a photo shoot for about an hour or two and use the 135 and see how long you use it before you put it up. That's what you need to do. But it's a good lens. It just depends on your perspective and what you like to shoot with. So, all right, next question. Brandon, what do you think Sony will do next? Ooh, well, as you guys know, it's been about 2 years. So I think Sony is going to be releasing probably the A7R4 soon. Maybe like in another year or so. Also the A9 Part 2 and the A7S3. So those are, I think, Sony's next 3 big projects. And with the A9 II, I have no idea what how they're going to do, what they're going to do with that. If it's going to be cheaper, if it's going to be 50 megapixel, or if they're saving that for the A7R4, there's a lot of things that's up in the air. So I think maybe the A7R series will maintain their large megapixel sensors. So we might see a 50, we might see a 60. I don't know, medium format, something like that. And the A9 II, we might see a cheaper one. I mean, it's just so hard to know what Sony is doing. But the good thing is that everybody can know is that they're innovating. And that's one thing that I love about Sony. That's why I am Sony, because I love their innovation, and they're listening to their clientele. They're listening to their subscribers. They're listening to their Sony shooters. So we just have to see what's going to happen. But I'm pretty excited for it. With the A7S3, I do believe there's one thing that I'm about 75% sure of, that it will have 10-bit at 422, because Sony does, all of our cameras are 8-bit at 420. And right now, like as far as the video world and outputting to 10-bit 422, there's only a few cameras that can do it right now. I know the EOS R can output 10-bit at 422. I know the GH5 can output 10-bit at 422, and the Nikon Z6 can also output 10-bit at 422. So to understand those color schemes, I'm not going to get into that because you guys need to find out what that means. But for guys that are doing video and outputting to something like I'm doing right now to the Atomos Ninja 5, and being able to do 422 10-bit, is incredible. So we shall see what Sony comes up with. All right, guys, next question. Who would you like to collab with? I get this question so much on Instagram. You should collab with this person. You should collab with this person. And I would love to see a collaboration. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you guys the skinny, ugly truth. I've reached out to a lot of people about collaborating. I have. I really have. A lot of people don't like doing collaborations. That's true. Now, a lot of us are in different states, so that's the big. I think travel is the biggest, problem with doing collaborations and things like that. I'm on the East Coast, as you guys know. I'm in Virginia, so people in my surrounding states like Philadelphia, Philly, or Pennsylvania, New York is only 5-6 hours away. South Carolina, North Carolina, New Jersey. There's some, I know you guys are out there, so if you guys are out there, definitely. But I have some great people in Texas. I got some great people in, the Midwest. I got a lot of people out in Cali, I love to do some collaborations with those people. But I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, you gotta have 2 people or however many people that are willing to actually make it happen. You just can't have one person. So if I'm hitting somebody up and saying, hey, I'm gonna be in your area, I think this would be a good idea, and people don't respond, then hey, keep it pushing. There's nothing you can do about it. That just means that you're more passionate and obsessed with photography, and you think that it'll be great for the community than that other person. There are a lot of people who are just more about themselves and they want to do their own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But me, yeah, I love doing collaborations. I would love to do more collaborations. So if you guys are ever in the Virginia, VA Beach, or East Coast, hit me up. See if we can get together. All right, next question. Question number 9. You talk a lot about investing in yourself and investing in your crafts on your social media channels, namely your Instagram. What do you really mean by that? Oh, so I do a lot of, so I know what he's talking about. So on my Instagram, I talk a lot to the community about investing in yourself and investing in your craft. And I make a hashtag for it. I always say it pretty much on everything that I do. When if photography, this is for my models and photographers, all right? Models especially, because y'all, woo. But anyway, when I say invest in yourself, if you want to be a great photographer, good photographer, or a professional photographer, you have to invest. You have to invest. If this is something that you really want to do, that you really want to see take off, that you really want to see go somewhere, that you want to make a lot of money from, you have to invest in yourself and you have to invest in your craft. Now, you can always learn something more about photography to make yourself a better photographer. That's what I mean by investing in yourself. Continue to invest in yourself. Continue to learn, continue to read, continue to, seek that knowledge from other people so you can better yourself. If you've been using a Canon T2 or T3i for like 6 years and you hit me up and you be like, hey, I got a Canon T2 or T3i, how can I get images like yours? I'm going to tell you, you probably want to invest in your craft, all right? Because I don't know if you're just doing this for a hobby. I don't know if you're really trying to do something with this, but if you are trying to do something with photography, you need to take the leap and invest in your craft. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and go broke, because photography is a very expensive habit. It is a very expensive job. It takes money to get started really in photography. Whether you're buying your first camera, whether you're buying softboxes, whether you're buying stands, whether you're buying flash, whether you're buying LEDs or any type of light, whether you're buying lenses, whether you're buying microphones, it costs money. You can try to take the cheapest possible way out that you can. But in order to get good quality work, to show people, to make people want to hire you or work with you, you need to invest in yourself. Good question. Oh, last question, y'all. What's your next big move in photography? Question number 10. What is my next big move in photography? Oh man, good question. What's my next big move? Well, I'm at the end of this video, I'm going to show you some things that I'm coming out with. We got a lot of photo shoots coming up that I have to do. And I want to start traveling this year. I want to do some more traveling to some different states. Right now, I will tell you guys, here's a few things that I will confirm for you right now. Kind of confirm, I'm not gonna say confirm because I know if I get this out there, I'm gonna get a ton of messages. So the first thing that's coming up is the Midwest. I will be going back to Indiana, where I'm from. I've talked to people in Chicago. I've talked to some people from Indiana. I talked to some people, Illinois, Kentucky. I would like to do a big Midwest type photo walk, but we shall see. I'm still trying to put that together. So I will be in Indianapolis from about June 13th to about the end of June. So that's my first travel plans. Secondly, I'm trying to come to New York. It seems like everybody just yelled when I did that. So New York, only for a weekend, 2 days, try to do a photo walk. July the 13th, which is that weekend. Trying to be up there Friday evening, maybe do something Saturday, do something Sunday. So my people in New York, hit me up, social media, Instagram, YouTube if you live in New York and you guys want to finally get to meet me, do some stuff with me. About 90% right now, I'll be coming to New York the weekend in July. All right, July 13th weekend. Let's see here, what's next? My people in Jamaica. Yes, I am traveling to Jamaica. November, this is later on because I got to save for this. November 27th. Yeah, November 27th, I'll be making a trip down to Jamaica, doing some vacation and doing some shooting. So I hooked up, I've already talked to some photographers down there. As you guys know, I did the last video where I made the video about posting or buying another guy's work. Well, TDS, the guy down, he's in Jamaica. So I've been talking to him and he does some amazing work. So I hope to hook up with him in Kingston in Jamaica, November 27th. Any of my other photographers down in Jamaica, make sure you guys hit me up because we're trying to do something big in Jamaica too. So those are some dates. So August, September, October, I'm trying to fill in those somewhere also to try to do something. So just bear with me and we'll see if we can make it happen. We shall see. All right, anyway, thanks for rocking with me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I answered your questions. I'm going to try to do some more of this. But anyway, stay tuned for some upcoming shoots that you guys got coming your way. We're going to start off with the shoot from this week. Jules is back. I'm not going to put the video out there, but here's some clips from some upcoming stuff. Holla at your boy, Boca Nation. We out.
You call yourself Picasso, but you're not a savant. Say you're on another level, so show me what you got. Same old story, tell again and again. Go find some real ass friends. Pretty things don't make you any brighter. Honestly, I'd guess you were a crier. Please bring your cards to the table. I know you said fuck labels, but I like to cut you off. I just wanna cut you off. I just wanna